seconds. 10 seconds.
And Altitude Sickness playing that little baby cake there in the center of the field, shooting the snake lane. DSO making it out to the snake corner alive, and Sebastian Morehouse up there in the center of the field. Altitude Sickness getting a major penalty on that point, playing on with an obvious hit, pulled 2 friends with him, leaves the snake side wide open, but Warped Army also losing a player as well. So it looks to be, DSO losing a player. DSO seems to be in the driver's seat right now in a 4-on-2. They just need to play smart at this point. And Andrew Collins getting up here in the snake for DSO. Getting into S2, going to shoot across field. Sebastian Morehouse is going to do a little crawl shimmy up to the 50 brick. And Altitude Sickness is back there in the Dorito corner, and here in the back center can on towards the snake side. See how long these guys can hold it out, or see if they get a couple eliminations to even the game back up. Andrew Collins just looking really comfortable here in this S2, just rolling his gun. Going to start putting in that back center player so he can make some bumps into maybe possibly their snake. Got 3 guys on the snake side. Nope, and it's going to be a concede of the point. Altitude Sickness blows the horn.
Two. 2 minutes.
Star of the match. DSO, oh, Altitude Sickness getting a quick elimination off of Snake 1 and making a quick move up into the 50 Dorito. They are looking to really bring it to DSO this point. Altitude Sickness 50 Dorito player gets eliminated. And Altitude Sickness player fills out to the Dorito corner. It's 4-on-4 right now, folks. DSO looks to be, Snake corner. Dorito 1, Dorito corner, and possibly looks like, and another guy in the back center. Altitude Sickness has a guy crawling up, doing a little shimmy up to the 50 brick in the center of the field. Also have a guy in the snake insert, the tall cake, plus a back center and the Dorito corner. This might be a little bit longer drawn out point. DSO is going to just hunker down since they're up by 2 points. Altitude Sickness is going to have to get a couple key eliminations to start pushing up the field and get those points on the board. Altitude Sickness moves into S1. Got the Altitude Sickness player looking at Snake side from the brick, swapping back and forth, looking Dorito side now. And then you also, in the back center player is swapping both sides as well, playing Dorito side and Snake side, but mostly focusing on Snake side. And then you have the S1, who needs to probably just focus more down the wire and just shoot the wire. Either try to eliminate the Snake corner for DSO, and so we can get around and get into S2 or the 50 Snake, so I can get a better angles and get some eliminations. D1 player for the DSO drops. So DSO has 3 players. Altitude Sickness has 4. And Altitude Sickness just moved up into the D3, the cylinder, the can, on Dorito side. We'll be looking for him to make a quick move into that 50 Dorito after that. There's really nothing stopping him from doing that other than a back center. Altitude Sickness going to crawl up the wire. He needs to just be careful here. Altitude Sickness player is getting a little bit sneaky. Going to crawl up into the DSO's brick. He's got 4-on-1. No, 3-on-1 now. 4-on-2. Major penalty. Player got shot before he got to the last player and shot. Pulls the rest of the bodies for Altitude Sickness. Hold on one moment, folks. Just waiting for clarification on the refs. Just give me just a second. Give me 1 second there, K-Roth. We're going to find out what happened. It looked like the altitude sickness player that was running down the Dorito side, he eliminated one player. They were both shooting at each other, and then it looks like they were trading out, but then he continued to shoot another player, which resulted in a major, and then pulling the last 2 players for altitude sickness. So I'm going to get clarification here in just a minute as soon as the refs come over and tell me what they decided. Just one moment and I'll be back. All right, guys. So what happened at the end of that one? Correct. Player running down, traded with another player, but then pointed his gun and shot another player. Resulted in a major penalty on altitude sickness, pulling the last 2 players, which also results in a swing point to DSO. Just altitude sickness will not, since there's also enough people to pull, altitude sickness will not start a man down. They will be starting with 5 bodies.
1 minute.
All right, we're back for the start of this point. Altitude sickness breaking out up to the center 50 brick. DSO took a pretty conservative breakout. I think they're just going to dig in and just kind of wait this one out. There's only 1 minute and 10 seconds left in the game.
Seconds.
Altitude sickness player in S1. And see if he can get the drop shot on. Oh, altitude sickness player lost that battle down the wire against the snake corner. Game time's almost over here in a minute. Looks like DSO is just going to hold it down. All right, that's the end of that game. It's the end of prelims. It's DSO 3 over Altitude 0. We will be back to let you know what 4 teams are moving on to the semifinals. And we will go from there. We're going to take a short lunch break as well for the rest.
Teams, we're going to take a small break.